With that, let's welcome in our economy panel. Tim Descher's here, Executive Director at Unleash Prosperity. Peter Earle joins us with the American Institute for Economic Research, and also John Tobacco here, host of Wise Guys here on NEWSMAX. He's got a financial background too, so well qualified to weigh in. Tim, let's start with you. Specifically, these letters that were sent out, right? We knew that this deadline was approaching. It had been earlier in July, now extended to August 1st. One sent specifically to South Korea. The president writes, "We will charge Korea a tariff of only 25% on any and all Korean products sent into the United States." And there were others sent out too. What kind of pressure do these letters send to these countries that are maybe delaying their negotiations?
Well, I think that there's significant pressure that's being placed on them. However, I think that this moving of the deadline, it speaks volumes. I think it speaks volumes to the market to see the reaction really wasn't as big as it normally would have been had a 25% tariff on two of our largest trading partners been announced. I think the market is kind of at peak anxiety with this, and they're seeing the art of the deal being played out here. And so with this, I think Trump is driving his bargain, saying we want to export more energy. We want to export more agriculture. We want more access to your market. We even have a trade deal with Japan, with Korea, and we still can't get some of our products there. So I think Trump is saying we can do better. And if we don't do better, we're going to put this tariff on. Now, I'm not a huge fan of tariffs. I think that if we have those on long term, that's going to be more expensive for us. However, the art of the deal says that you got to cause some pain in order to get to the right place. And so we'll see how that plays out here.
Yeah, and John, this next one to you. How does this matter to the American people? The White House press secretary spoke to that, saying these tariffs are a benefit to the American people who have been wronged for so many decades. Watch.
Well, look, I'll go back.
Oh, here's that soundbite real quick, and then I'll get you.
Extensive. Look at the extensive work this president has put into cutting these good deals and doing what's right for the American worker. He is literally looking at the map and looking at every country on the planet and seeing where they are ripping off the American people, seeing where they have hollowed out our industrial base, seeing where our jobs have gone to other countries overseas because of their tariff policies, and he's trying to correct that. So this is decades of bad trade policy that has led to a deficit that is ravaging our country, that is ravaging our middle class, and the president is taking a very deliberate approach to correcting this wrong.
All right, John.
So, look, I'll just remind everybody to go back to Liberation Day, where all the left-wing media was like Chicken Little. The sky is falling. Your IRA is going to dissolve. The markets are crashing. The Dow went as low as 37,000. And Trump did say there's going to be some short-term pain and long-term gain. Since then, despite the urgings of all the left-wing media, the markets had the greatest three-month run that I've ever seen. Been on Wall Street almost 30 years. We're near all-time highs right now. So threatening a little more tariff, to me, is running the same play that worked since Liberation Day. We're going to give you a little more time.
Good point.
Markets may shrug it off here, and the summer's usually boring anyway. But I think Trump, like the previous guy said, he's just running the art of the deal on them. You know, so these lefties should read his book. They'd understand him a little better.
They'd have a preview. Look, he's got a team rallying behind him. We've got the Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent appearing on CNBC the other day talking about how tariffs are really changing the tone towards the United States. Let's watch.
We are going to have several announcements in the next 48 hours. What President Trump is concerned about is the quality of the deals, not the quantity. We've had a lot of people change their tune in terms of negotiations. So my mailbox was full last night with a lot of new offers, a lot of new proposals. So it's going to be a busy couple of days.
And, you know, these negotiators aren't dealing with Janet Yellen anymore. This is not Biden era, Peter. How does the Trump administration sort of bring something different to the table?
Well, they've made clear that they believe that this $18 trillion consumer economy that we have is something that everybody wants to access and that they want them to pay a certain amount to do so. I can't imagine why it is that some nations are delaying their negotiation. Maybe it's to show resolve, or maybe they think that they can, you know, they can hang in the background until tariff prices, tariffs start making prices rise. But I mean, I think the extension of 1 month is probably as good as it gets. I can't can't see them extending much more than that, because otherwise these become sort of empty threats. So I think those that know what's best for them should probably start negotiating now, lest they be forced with to be very disadvantaged in their access to the U.S. economy.
All right, we're going to leave it right there, out of time. Peter Earle, Tim Desher, John Tobacco, thank you very much.